Good morning, students. Today's session is revision session. This revision helps you in preparing for unit test 2 and also it helps you to recall the important definitions, points and sums. So students, listen carefully. Make a note of each and every important points. Already unit test 2 portion is given along with the timetable. Here the portions are Unit 2 Introduction to Algebra fully. Unit 3 Ratio and Proportion. Exercise 3.1 and 3.2. First, let's revise Unit 2. In Introduction to Algebra, what are all the topics we already learnt in the previous session? Yes, patterns, what is meant by variable, what is meant by constant, framing algebraic statement, converting algebraic statement to verbal statement, converting verbal statement to algebraic statement. These are all the topics we are going to revise in this session. Let's see one by one. Pattern. Patterns allow us to make reasonable guesses. Patterns provide a clear basis for problem solving skills. As you already know that how to find the patterns in shapes and numbers. Let's see patterns in number operations. Here the first pattern is 5, 8, 11, 14. You have to find the next three patterns. How to find the pattern? Yes. See, here all the numbers are added with 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. Then how you find the fifth pattern? Yes, 14 plus 3 is 17. 17 plus 3 is 20. 20 plus 3 is 23. Let's see the second one. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You have to find the next three patterns. Here it is in the order of odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What's the next number? Yes, 11, 13, 15. And the last one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You have to find the next four patterns. See here the set of even numbers are given. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then the next number be 12, 14, 16 and 18. Now let's see how to find the pattern. Here the given question is draw the next two patterns and complete the table. See here one square, two triangles and one circle is given. In the second one, two squares, four triangles and two circles are there. In the third one, three square, six triangles and three circles are there. So, what's the next pattern? Yes, 4 square, 4 square, then 8 triangles, 4 circle. What's the next pattern? It contains 5 squares, 5 circles and 10 triangles. Now we are going to complete the table. Here already 3 pattern is given. See, in first pattern only 1 square is there. In second pattern 2 square. In third pattern 3 square. Now you are going to find the fourth pattern. The fourth pattern, see how many squares are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 square. In fifth pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 squares are there. Then you have to find the circles. In fourth pattern, how many circles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. In fifth pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's find the triangles. How many triangles are there in fourth pattern? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In fifth pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all. First you have to find the pattern. Then you have to fill the table. If u is an even number, how would you represent the next even number? You have to find the next even number. In question, it's given that u is an even number. U is an even number. As you already know that even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and it goes on up to u. Because here the variable is given as u. How you get this sequence? 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8 and 8 plus 2 is 10. So, you have to find the next even number. So, you have to add u plus 2. The next even number is u plus 2. And the next question is the previous even number. Previous means before number. Before number you have to find. The same process we are going to follow here. The even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 up to u. Before number you have to find no. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. So you have to find the previous number, before number. So u minus 2. The previous even number is u minus 2. Variable. What is mean by variable? Variables are quantities that can take any value and they are denoted by small alphabets A, B, C up to X, Y, Z. Variables are used to generalize and express many common rules of geometry and arithmetic. Then constant. Constant are the terms in the algebraic expression that contains only numbers. The constant value won't get changed. Framing algebraic statements. Let's see the phrases of four fundamental operation. Operation addition. A plus B. The sum of A and B. A increased by B. B more than A. The total of A and B. B added to A. Here A, B represent a variable. Instead of A, B we can choose any variable. Here the keyword plus, sum, increased, more, total, added, which represents the operation is addition. Operation subtraction. A minus B, the difference of A and B. B subtracted from A decreased by B less than A. The keyword minus, difference, subtracted, decreased, less, which represent the operation is subtraction. Operation multiplication. A is multiplied by B. A times B, the product of A and B. Multiplied times product, which represent the operation is multiplication. Operation division. A divided by B, the quotient of A and B. A divided into B. The keyword divided quotient, which represents the operation is division. Algebraic statement. Algebraic statement is a problem stated using numbers and symbols. That is x plus 3 or a divided by 5. Verbal statement. A verbal expression is a mathematical statement that is expressed in words. For example, x is divided by 3, a is subtracted from b. First, let's see how to convert verbal statement into algebraic statement. Here, the first question is x is increased by 21. X is a variable, 21 is a constant value. Here, the word increased represent what? Yes, increased means addition. You have to add the x and 21. Variable and constant value. X plus 21. Second one, 7 is taken away from A. 7 is a constant value. A is a variable. Here the taken away word represent what? Yes, subtraction. A minus 7. Twice P. Twice means what? 2. You have to multiply 2 and P. That is 2P. 10 divided by M. 10 divided by m. You have to put division symbol here. The product of 7 and y is divided by, the product of 7 and y means 7y. Divided means you have to put divide symbol. Then 2. 7y divided by 2. How to convert algebraic statement into verbal statement. M plus 14. Plus means what? 14 more than m. X minus 6. Minus means you have to subtract or reduced. X is reduced by 6. 3y or 3 into y. Here the symbol represent what? Product. Product of 3 and y. 5 divided by z or 5 by z. 5 divided by z. 2p minus 5. Here 2p represent what? Multiplication. Minus 5. 5 less to 2 times of p. 2p means what? 2 times p. Now let's see how to find the unknown value. If n takes the value 3, then find the value of n plus 10. N takes the value 3 means what? N equal to 3. Then you have to substitute 3 in the place of n. 3 plus 10 equal to 13. So the value of n plus 10 is 13. Students, is clear now? First you have to substitute n value. N equal to 3. N value is 3. 3 plus 10 is 13. See, one more question. If g is equal to 300, what is the value of g minus 1 and g plus 1? Here the given g value is what? G equal to 300. Then you have to find the value of g minus 1 and g plus 1. G value is 300. 300 minus 1 is 299. G plus 1 means 300 plus 1. 301. It's time to see some questions related to this topic. The letters A, B, C up to XYZ are used to represent variable. A quantity that takes dash values is called a variable. Different values. If there are 5 students in a bench, then the number of students in n benches is 5 into n. Here, n is a variable, which is called as a variable. N is a variable. 5 more than n. 5 more than n. Here more represent what? Addition. 5 plus n. Variable means that it can take different values. 6y means 6 into y. The algebraic statement of f decreased by 5 is decreased. Here the keyword decreased represent what? Subtraction. F minus 5. Unit 2 is over. Now let's see Unit 3. In Unit 3 we are going to see about what is meant by ratio, properties of ratio, how to simplify the ratios of same unit, equivalent ratios and word problems. Ratio is the comparison by expressing one quantity as the number of times the other is called a ratio. Ratio means what? Ratio is a comparison of two quantities. The sign used to denote a ratio is 2. A ratio can be written as fraction. For example, 2 by 5. It can be also represented by using 2. 2 by 5 can be written as 2 to 5. Properties of ratio. A ratio has no unit. It is a number. For example, the ratio of 8 km to 4 km is written as 8 is to 4. It can be simplified as 2 is to 1 and not 2 km is to 1 km. No need to mention the units. It is a number, so you have to write it as 2 is to 1. The two quantities of a ratio should be of the same unit. The ratio of 4 km to 400 meter is expressed as. Here the ratio of 4 km and 400 meter is given. You have to change kilometer as meter because the two quantities of a ratio should be of the same unit. Here kilometer and meter is different. So you have to convert kilometer into meter. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. So 4 kilometer equal to 4 into 1000. So 4 into 1000 is to 400. 4 into 1000 is 4000. 4000 is to 400. Then after simplify the terms, you will get the answer 10 is to 1. Then the third point is each number of a ratio is called a term. Order of the terms in a ratio cannot be reversed. Here the given ratio is 2 is to 1. You have to write it as 2 is to 1 only. You should not change the order of the term because 2 is to 1 is different as 1 is to 2. Students, let's see how to simplify the given ratio. To simplify the ratio, only two steps are needed. That is, first you have to write the ratio in the fraction form. 20 is to 5 as 20 by 5. Then divide each quantity by its common multiple. See, here 20 is in the numerator, 5 is in the denominator. Both the numbers are divisible by 5. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Further you can't simplify it. So write it as 4 is to 1 is a ratio in the simplest form. First you have to write the given ratio in the fraction form. Then you have to divide by its common multiple. Then write the fraction in ratio form. 4 is to 1 is a ratio in the simplest form. Students, next let's see how to find the equivalent ratios. What is meant by equivalent ratios? Two ratios that have the same value are called as equivalent ratios. Now let's see how to find the equivalent ratio. Multiply or divide both quantities by the same number. See, here the given question is 3 is to 2. First you have to write the ratio in the fraction form, that is 3 by 2. Then you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by same number. See, 3 by 2 into 2 by 2. 3 2s are 6, 2 2s are 4. Then to find the second equivalent fraction, you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by 3 by 3. 3 3s are 9, 2 3s are 6. Then you have to change this fraction into ratios because in question they are asking to find equivalent ratios. See, 6 by 4 as 6 is to 4. 9 by 6 as 9 is to 6. In question they are asking to find only two equivalent ratios. In case if they are asking to find three equivalent ratios means for that you have to find the third equivalent fractions by multiply the numerator and denominator by 4 by 4. Students, now it's clear now how to find the equivalent ratios. First you have to write the ratio in the fraction form. Then you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by same number. Then you have to change the fraction into ratios. See, here the answer is 6 is to 4 and 9 is to 6 are equivalent ratios to 3 is to 2. Next one is How to find the larger ratio number? See, here two ratios are given. 4:5 or 8:15. Similarly, first you have to write the ratio in fraction form. 4:5 as 4 by 5. 8:15 as 8 by 15. First you have to check whether the denominators are same or not. Here the numerator is 4, denominator value is 5. Numerator value is 8 and the denominator value is 15. See, here both the denominators are not same. For that you have to find the common denominator. How you find the common denominator? Yes, by finding the equivalent fraction. To find the equivalent fraction, you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by its same number. 4 by 5 into 2 by 2. 4 2s are 8, 5 2s are 10. Now also the denominators are not same. So you have to find the second equivalent fraction. 4 by 5 into 3 by 3. 4 3s are 12, 5 3s are 15. Now the denominators are same. From that we are going to compare the numerator. Which fraction is larger? See, here the numerator value is 12. Here the numerator value is 8. Which is larger? Yes, 12 by 15 is a larger value. The original fraction of 12 by 15 is 4 by 5. So, 4:5 is larger. It's clear now how to find the larger number. To find the larger number, first you have to check the denominators. Here, the denominator value is 5 and here the denominator value is 15. Here the denominator values are not same. So you have to find the equivalent fraction for finding the common denominators. Then you have to compare the numerator. Here 12 by 15 is larger. The original fraction of 12 by 15 is 4 by 5. 4:5 is larger. Next, let's see about divide the numbers given below in the required ratio. The given question is 20 in the ratio 3:2. You have to divide the whole part 20 in the ratio of 3:2. To divide the whole part, that is 20, you have to find the total part first. See, here the given ratio is 3:2. You have to find the total parts. That is 3 plus 2 equal to 5. The total part is 5. First you have to write 3 in the numerator. Here 3 parts plus 2 parts equal to 5 parts. So first you have to write 3 in the place of numerator and the total parts in the denominator. Then multiply the whole part, that is 20. Students, you understand now? First you have to write 3 in the numerator. Given terms in the ratio, no, 3:2. 3 in the numerator. Then the total parts in denominator into 20. Then cancel the term. 5 1s are 5. 5 4s are 20. So 3 4s are 12. Then you have to find two parts. 2 by 5. 2 in the place of numerator, the given ratio. Then total parts in denominator. Then multiply by whole part, that is 20. 5 1s are 5, 5 4s are 20. 2 4s are 8. So your answer is 12 and 8. See, first you have to find the total parts. 3 plus 2, that is 5 parts. Then you have to write 3 in the place of numerator. 3 parts, no, first you have to find for 3 parts. So 3 in the place of numerator divided by 5, that is total parts. In numerator you have to write the given ratio. In denominator you have to write the total parts multiplied by whole part, that is 20. 5 1s are 5, 5 4s are 20. 3 into 4 is 8, 12. Then put 2 in the place of numerator, 5 in the place of denominator. 2 is a given ratio, 5 is a total parts into that whole part is 20. 5 1s are 5, 5 4s are 20. 2 4s are 8. Students, now you understand now how to divide the numbers in the required ratio. If the question is came like this means you have to find the total parts first. Then you have to put the given ratio in numerator and total parts in denominator. Then multiply the whole part. Fourth question. Akilan walks 10 km in an hour while Selvi walks 6 km in an hour. Find the simplest ratio of the distance covered by Akilan to that of Selvi. See, Akilan walks 10 km in an hour. In 1 hour, Akilan walks 10 km. Similarly, Selvi walks 6 km in 1 hour. You have to find the distance covered by the Akilan to that of Selvi. You have to find the ratio of Akilan to that of Selvi. Students, word problem is given means first you have to write the statement. Distance covered by Akilan in 1 hour is 10 km. Distance covered by Selvi in 1 hour is 6 km. This is given in the question. Here, what they are asking to find means find the simplest ratio of the distance covered by Akilan to that of Selvi. What is given? Akilan to that of Selvi. Akilan is given first. So you have to write distance covered by Akilan is first. That is 10. Distance covered by Selvi is 6. 10 by 6. Then you have to find the simplest ratio. For that what you have to do first? Find the common multiples of two numbers. See, 10 and 6 are divisible by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then you have to write this fraction into ratio form. 5 is to 3. So the distance covered by Akilan to the Selvi is 5 is to 3. A line segment 63 centimeter long is to be divided into two parts in the ratio of 3 is to 4. Find the length of each part. See, students, it is similar to divide the numbers in the required ratio, right? Yes. See, here the whole part is given. That is 63. You have to divide the whole part into 3 is to 4 ratio. It is similar to the previous problem, but it is given in the word problem. First, you have to find the total parts. Here the ratio is given as 3 is to 4. For that, first you have to find the total parts. 3 plus 4 equal to 7. See, here 63 centimeter long is to be divided into 3 is to 4 ratio. First you have to find the 3 parts. Then you have to find the 4 parts. So, 3 you have to write in the numerator. Total parts you have to write in the denominator into 63. 7 ones are 7. 7 nines are 63. 3 nines are 27 centimeter. Next you have to find for 4 parts. 4 in the numerator. Total parts in the denominator into 63. 7 ones are 7. 7 nines are 63. 4 nines are 36. So the length of each line segment is 27 centimeter and 36 centimeter. Students, you understand, right? First you have to find the total parts of ratio. 3 is to 4 means 3 plus 4 equal to 7 parts. Then you have to find for 3 parts and 4 parts. You have to write the given ratio in the numerator. That is 3 in the numerator, total parts in the denominator into 63. Similarly, 4 in the numerator, total parts in the denominator into 63. So the length of each line segment is 27 centimeter and 36 centimeter. Let's see some questions related to ratio and proportion. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities. Each number of the ratio is called a term. Order of the ratio cannot be reversed. A ratio has no unit. The two quantities of a ratio should be in the same unit. Students, with the reference to this revision video, Work out all the sums and practice the example sum also. Prepare well for your unit test. All the best, students.